Hi, and welcome to another live session with the Digital School Academy. Today, in this live session, we are going to be looking at how to build a website from scratch. And in fact, you're going to learn how to do everything from the planning stage to the point where you have created a complete website. If you are joining us today, I want you to know that this is a live session being recorded on YouTube, and therefore there will be a replay on our channel. So if you miss any part of it, you can always come back to the replay. Then also, if you are watching the replay, that is, if you didn't join us during this live session, then you can equally participate by asking your questions if need be in the YouTube, the comment section, or you can equally join the Digital School Academy Telegram channel to ask your questions. For those of you joining us live, you're highly welcome to this session. I can see Enoch has registered his presence. That's my big man. I can see Tonic faculty, then Kwesi Nyamiche. All right, so if you want me to be able to identify you, then go ahead and mention yourself or introduce yourself in the comment section so that I'll give you a shout out. But as we are going a long way, it is going to be a long practical session. Therefore, I want us to start right now getting into the practicalities of today's session. As I mentioned earlier, we are going to learn how to build a website. All right. What I need you to know is that when it comes to building a website, there are a lot of alternative ways that you can consider, and we are going to go with one of these ways in this session. Okay, so there are a lot of ways, and some of the ways that we can talk about. I hope you can hear me. So let me quickly do a check. Those of you here, kindly indicate in the comment section if you can hear me. Can you hear me and see me clearly? All right, Eugene says, ready to learn something new. Okay. All right, so quickly, let me know if you can hear me. Okay, so Bright Anno is here. Yeah. Okay. The question Nyamiche is Bright Anno. Okay, says can't wait to build my new website. All right. All right, so now I'm getting some yeses. I believe you all can hear me. For that matter, we can start. Okay, so when it comes to building websites, we practically have several ways, as I mentioned earlier. And some years back, when it comes to building a website, the only option you had was to sit down and hard code the website. But now we have a lot of codeless platforms, as I call them, platforms where you don't need to write a single line of code in order to get a website set up. So today we are going to look at a very popular one, and the platform that we're going to use is called WordPress. WordPress. And a lot of people, when they hear WordPress, they think about WordPress.com because that is what that's what is they are familiar with. Okay, but we are going to use WordPress.org, and we actually have a series on this YouTube channel where we take you through from the beginning to the end. Okay, and I think what is missing in that series is how to buy a domain, how to buy a hosting package, and how to also move or install your website. I mean, how to host your website on a live server. So in that training, which is on this particular YouTube channel, I'll definitely put a link in the description after this live session so that those of you who watch it later will also get a link to the other training. So this training is going to focus more on how to purchase your domain, how to purchase a hosting package, how to set it up, link the domain to the hosting, then also how to install your website, I mean WordPress, and build your website on a live server. So that is what we are going to do. And I keep saying this, but let me not just assume that everybody here knows what we are talking about. So for those of you who are new to web design, I need you to know that when it comes to websites, there are two basic things that you need to create a website. Two basic things that you need to create a website. These two things are one, the domain name. what is the domain name? The URL that you use to access any website is basically what we are referring to as the domain name. So if I say ehoniaobed.com, then that is the domain name that I have purchased. Or assuming I'm now going to build a website, then that becomes the domain name that I want to purchase. All right, then we can talk about the hosting. So what is hosting? Hosting is referring to where on the internet that you are going to put all the files relating to your website. Okay, so your website is basically a set of files that is a number of web pages put together. So these are files. And in fact, you add media, including images, video, and the likes, sometimes even PDF documents onto your website. So all these files will be hosted on somewhere in on the internet. Okay, so that hosting process, okay, hosting basically means you are keeping it in the internet. Let me put it that way. So that is basically what hosting is. For that matter, let's quickly run through how to purchase a hosting package, what to look out for, and also how to purchase a domain name. Let me turn to my screen and show you practically how we do that. So there are quite a number of platforms. There are quite a number of platforms that you can use to purchase domain names and hosting. There are a number of them, okay? But personally, I have my favorites, the ones that I've dealt with that have proven to be good, okay? So we are going to take a look at this particular one, TMD hosting. And tonight, in tonight's session, that is where I'm going to purchase my hosting package from. The reason why I like TMD, they are not sponsoring me in any way. I have been using TMD for a very long while now, and they've never disappointed me. So I can wholeheartedly recommend their services. In fact, their support is very on point. Anytime you need any help, you can call for support, and they are always at your doorstep to help you. That is one reason why I like TMD. And they have a lot of hosting options, and depending on the hosting package that you are going to choose, the price is going to differ. Okay, when you are starting out, assuming it is a site that you are just building for test, or you are just testing, you are just learning, then the cheapest that you would go for is what's it falls within what we call the shared hosting. In fact, all these things that I'm talking about right now, we have dealt with them in a previous session. However, that session where we talked about the different types of hosting and domain, how to purchase domain names and the likes, where it was conducted in our Telegram channel. So the recorded version is available in the Telegram channel. Therefore, if you are interested in a more in-depth knowledge on this set of topics that we are talking about right now, then you want to join the Digital School Academy Telegram channel so that you will have access to all of these information. But now let's go ahead and start purchasing. So I want to purchase their web hosting package. In fact, they have a number of them: cloud hosting, there is WordPress hosting, VPS. All of these I've explained in that lesson I talk about. But today we are going to purchase their web hosting, which is usually the cheapest amongst them. And even under the web hosting, there are different packages. So we have the starter pack, we have the business pack, then the enterprise pack. All right. When you're buying it for the first time, usually in most of the hosting companies, when you're buying the hosting package for the first time, you tend to get some form of discount. Okay. So as you can see, these are on sale prices, which have been reduced by huge percentages. Okay. So when you choose any package, there are things that you are allowed or you have access to or not. So when you scroll down, this is the starter pack, which the regular price is 4.95. Okay. Anytime you're checking any of these, make sure you pay attention to the regular price, because upon renewal, this is how much you are going to pay. That is the regular price and not the on sale price. So don't jump all high because you saw 2.95 per month. That is only for the first year. After the first year, you are going to be paying the regular price of $4.95. Okay, so the starter pack gives us unlimited SSD space, unlimited bandwidth, one website hosted. So if you're buying a package that you're going to use to host just one website, then you can go with this starter pack. Okay, then one nice thing about TMD hosting is that they offer you a free domain at least for the first year. So subsequent years you are going to pay to renew the domain name, but for the first year you get it for free. So this is very cool. And the main difference between the starter pack and the business pack is that with a business pack you can host unlimited websites, but with a starter pack you can host only one website. So if you intend to use the hosting package to host multiple websites, then you wouldn't want to go for the starter. You want to go for something relating to the business or enterprise that allows you to host unlimited number of websites. Okay, so let's do this. I'm going to go for the business pack since that allows us to host multiple websites. And in fact, I'm choosing this because one, I'm going to teach you through things. When it comes to purchasing a domain name, okay, with this particular one, once I'm buying the hosting package from TMD, I have to link a domain name to it. It is compulsory for you to have a domain name linked to it. So you choose a domain name. We are fortunate enough that they are giving us a domain name for free. Okay, so we can get one domain name here. But the next thing that we should pay attention to is the fact that if you purchase a domain from a different, or when you want to add a website, another website, you'd have to purchase a domain. Okay, and I prefer to purchase my domain from a different website, which is usually cheaper. Okay, so that website is called Namecheap. I hope all of you came with your notes and you'll be taking notes of these things. First of all, I went to TMD hosting to purchase the hosting package, and now I am going to Namecheap for the domain. And I want you to understand what I'm doing right now. Currently, I'm coming to purchase the hosting on TMD. However, after I am done, I'm going to get a free domain in TMD hosting, which will be linked to my hosting package. That means that I can create one website from that. But when I'm done, I'm going to buy another domain. Okay, meaning that will be a second website. So I want you to have that experience, how it is done. If you didn't buy the domain name from the company that you bought the hosting package from, how do you go about it? Okay, so there are two main things that we are doing here. We are buying a hosting and domain from the same company. That's the scenario one. Then when it comes to scenario two, we are purchasing a domain name from a different company, linking it to our already existing hosting package. I hope you understand. So how is the training going so far? Let me know in the comment section if you are enjoying the training so far. And also, if you have any questions, you're allowed to put your questions in the comment section. So with time, I will be turning to the comment to read your comments, okay? So quickly, if you have any comment, just put it in the comment section and I'll attend to that. And I want to know, how is the training going? Are you enjoying it so far? Am I speeding? Should I slow down or should I increase my pace? Whichever that you think it is, let me know. All right, so shout out to Kasim. Kasim says, hi, Honia. I am from Nigeria. Nice to meet you, Kasim. I enjoy your channel. Thank you so much. All right, so all of you are welcome. Those who joined us after we've started, you are all welcome. And I will salute most of you with time. But let's keep on. Let me know. I want to hear from you. How is the training going so far? Are you feeling it? Yes, so type yes, yes in the comment section. Let me know if you are really enjoying it. Say, I'm moving too fast. You're missing a lot. Oh, sorry. Sorry. It's because of time. That is why I'm trying to move fast. All right, let me slow down. Slow down. Okay, so far, so good. All right, I just joined. I'm about to enjoy it. All right, so let me try my best to slow down a bit. Okay, so just to take it again, so that those who didn't understand at first will understand. Okay, The first thing we are doing is buying a hosting package. And I've explained that when you talk about hosting, it's basically the platform on the internet where you keep your website related files or documents. Okay. So that is hosting. And I am purchasing my hosting package from TMD Hosting. The reason being that I've been using them for long and I like their services. So there are a lot of them. In fact, the website that we are going to launch today, when some of the things I'll be talking about will be sharing my experiences with some of these things so that when you're making a decision, you know when or which platform to go for. Okay. So don't worry so much. Now just understand that you need to purchase a hosting package and we are buying it from TMD. So those of you who are asking what website it is TMD Hosting. The name is up here, tmdhosting.com. So that is where I am buying the hosting package from. But I explained that there are two scenarios here that you may find yourself in. So I am trying to replicate those two scenarios. The first scenario is buying your hosting and the domain name from the same company. So in this case, I'm going to buy a domain name from TMD and as well buy a hosting package from TMD. That is very simple. If that is what you intend to do, it is very simple and you wouldn't have any issues. However, there are instances where you need to purchase a domain name from a different company and the hosting from a different company. This usually comes in handy because some platforms you get domain names to be cheaper than others. Didn't want to mention names here, but I know you should trust me on this. I've been doing this for a while, so I know what I'm talking about. Some platforms, their domain names are cheaper than others. So I purchase most of my cheap domain names from a company called namecheap.com. Okay, so you go to namecheap.com to purchase a domain name. That is all I've said so far. So now let's just focus on buying the domain and the hosting package from one company. That's the first thing we are doing. So I hope now you understand and therefore I can move on. So just to purchase it, we've decided that we are going to go with the business pack so that we can host multiple websites. Okay, so click on get started. I actually have an account with TMD. So ideally, you are supposed to create an account with the company you're buying it from. Okay. I think I even have multiple accounts with them. So I'm just going to log into one of my accounts and use it for the training purpose. Okay. So let me quickly read your messages as this thing is loading. Um, What's the website? Big Sam. Oh, my big brother Sam is asking, what's the website? I guess it's TMD you're asking about. TMD hosting. Okay. Um, all right. Let's see. Please, how does the hosting on the Namecheap work too? All right. So Namecheap also offers hosting packages. Okay. But I am not a fan of it. I know Namecheap to be a domain name provider. Okay. So I haven't tried their hosting package before. Therefore, I can't really recommend it. But anyway, it's still a hosting package that you can try. You can always try it and share your experience with us. If it is good, some of us may also consider it after some time. Okay. All right, so let's continue now. Now to get our domain registered. So pay attention here. If you are purchasing the package, the hosting package, and you already have a domain name registered, then you are going to choose the I already have a domain. Then you enter the domain that you have. But if you don't already have a domain, then you are going to register a new domain. To register a new domain, you will just have to input the name of the domain in here. So let me quickly verify the domain name I'm going to buy right now. Where will you get the TMD website? So I said the name of the platform is TMD hosting. So just go to tmdhosting.com. That is the website that we are using, tmdhosting.com. Okay, maybe I should add it down here. Let me try and add it. So, tmdhosting.com. Okay, so that is the website I'm talking about. Go to tmdhosting.com. That is where I am, and I'm purchasing the domain name right now. Give me a few minutes. Let me confirm something. Okay. Um, I want to purchase a domain name, so let me quickly confirm and make sure. The thing about domain names is that if you make a mistake, you've lost your money. Okay, so you have to make sure that you are using the right domain name. So I'm purchasing this, and I'm going to use it to build a website for a client. So I want to be sure of it. That is how come. Okay, so the domain name I'm purchasing is called Ark of Noah, Ark of Noah Zoo.com. Okay, sorry. Okay, so the extension is already provided for us. And you should know that there are a lot of domain extensions. It's not just .com. And when you watch our previous training on domain names, which is still available on this channel, you get to understand all of these. Okay, so come in. We may have Christopher joining us for this live session. So I want to share the link with him quickly so that he can join when he is available. Okay. Great. So now we can continue. So what I need you to know is that sometimes the domain name that you want is not available. Okay. So we have to search for it and see if it is available by searching for arkofnoahzoo.com. So if you wanted to change the extension, we would have changed it this way. All right. So it tells us that congratulations, arkofnoahzoo.com is available for registration with your hosting account. Now you would have to create an account if you don't already have an account. I personally have an account with them. Oh, no. Okay, let me. Do I create a new account? Mm. Okay, so let's try. Let me take you through the process. So let me try creating a new account. Um, this may be long. Okay, let's use this. All right. So this is very important when choosing a password for something like this. Very important because if someone gets access to this hosting package, that is it. They have access to everything, as in everything relating to your website, and they can pull down your website and upload their own or anything. So you have to make sure it is very secure. The password you choose is very secure. Sorry. Okay. Make sure you don't forget the password you choose. Good. Um, all right, so just fill in the details as is being requested. Then now payment details. So I think this is where most local people have problems. When you come and you see credit card, you see PayPal, you see bank transfer, and you think that you don't have any of these things, so therefore you can't do it. You realize this credit card, if you are in Ghana or any of the African countries, you can equally use your ATM card. Okay, so all you need is an ATM card, which we are going to use it. Then for if you are using an ATM card, okay, you need three important things on your card, and these are important. In fact, no one should know them. If anyone finds out, they are likely to use your money. Okay, so some of these things that I'm going to do right now, I may end up not sharing my screen. So I'll just go ahead, hide the screen, and do it for the sake of security reasons. But you need three things. There is a number on your card. There is a number, I think, is it 14? It's 4444. So that is 16. 16-digit number on your card. Okay, that's your card number. So you are going to enter your card number right here. And mine right now is, maybe I should hide it. Okay. Then the next thing is the expiry date. So you realize that right under your card number, there is the expiry date that you should also enter. Then the most important part, which you shouldn't let people have access to, is your CVV code, which is at the back of the card. Okay. So the front of the card is where you find the card number and the expiry date. But behind the card, you find the CVV code. For those of you too who are skeptical about these things and you don't want to use your card, most of the banks now offer virtual cards. So you can speak to your bank and get a virtual card. Once you get a virtual card, you can use it even for just one time and get rid of the card. Okay. So personally, I have virtual cards from EcoBank and I've been using it for some of these transactions. But for today, I'm using this particular card. Okay. So what I will do quickly is to get off my screen. So I'm not going to show you my screen, but all I'm doing right now is entering my card details. The card number is what I am entering right now. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to put your questions in the comment section, the live chat, I mean. So put your questions in the live chat and I would respond to them soon. Okay, so now I've entered the card number. Okay, so let me bring back my screen. I've entered my card number. The next thing is hosting services, location. So this has been selected and it is the nearest to me, so I have to go with it. You need to choose the nearest to you, it's very important. Then for how long do you want to purchase this? You realize that, I don't know if you checked, but the regular price for this is about $8, but they are giving to me on sale price at $6.95 plus free setup. So let me choose free setup. If you want to purchase it for 24 months, then you're getting it at 5.95 per month. If you want to get it for 36, then that is 4.95 per month. 36 months, that is like 3 years. Okay, so for today, I want to go with, which one should I go with? Hold on, let me do the calculation. Bring up a calculator. Then we have, so let me see if it is $5 by 6 and times 86. Okay, what about $6? 6 by 6.2 by 24. Okay, so let's try this for 2 years. Then another thing that is important to know is that sometimes you get to apply a coupon. So what you can do is you can go to Google and go and search for coupon for TMD hosting. Okay, you'll be able to get some reduction. I don't have time for it right now, so I'm not going to do that. And I don't want to turn this on. It is important, however, it costs money. So if you have money to afford it, then you go ahead and do that. All the rest, I don't want to. If to enter a coupon, I don't have a coupon, and I'm getting it. I'm buying it for 2 years, and I'm getting it at $142.8. So let me quickly convert this to Ghana cedis and see if the amount on my card right now will be enough. That's the most important thing. Okay, so I think it should be enough to purchase it. Therefore, we can go ahead and do the purchase. You agree to the terms, then complete order. So this is going to purchase the it's going to, I mean, deduct the money from your account. Wow, the credit card details you entered were declined. Please try a different card. This would be catastrophic. Oh, hey, these people showing my. Sorry, let me. Okay, so the card didn't go through, and let me try a different one and see. Um, how is this? Okay. Phone. Kindly exercise some patience as I try to figure this out. Why they rejected the card 5501410606. Did I just mention my card? Anyway, okay. And then, so basically, the process that I went through was exactly what you would have done in any case. You just go ahead and the money will be deducted. Once it's deducted, an account will be created for you. Okay. All right. So I'm just trying to figure it out and do the payments. I need to do the payments right now. I don't know why they declined my card. So let's try again and see. Or maybe I should try PayPal. Yeah, so for those of you who don't have PayPal accounts to, the problem is that here in Ghana, if you're in Ghana, they don't, PayPal is not available for us. Or I think some other neighboring countries as well is also not available. But there are always some ways to go about it anyway. So I personally have a PayPal account. Let's see if let me try using PayPal to see if it's going to work. I recently changed my password. Will I remember? Okay, so I've logged into PayPal. Let's see if the payment will go through. So the process may not always be this complex, okay? Except that sometimes some of these technicalities happen. So what just happened when I used a direct card, it didn't work, but I've been able to use PayPal to pay. There's no magic here. What is happening right now is not that I have money in PayPal. No, I have actually linked my PayPal account to my card already. Okay, so what PayPal is doing is just an intermediary for the platform TMD to be able to deduct the money from my account. Okay, so they are doing it securely through PayPal. That is exactly what just happened. I didn't deposit money in PayPal for them to push. Okay, it's still money on my card that has been deducted, except that now it was done through PayPal. Okay, good. So now that has been done, we've been able to purchase our hosting package. I don't know why they rejected the card in the first place. I probably have to find out from the bank, but I usually use it most of the time. It's been a while since I use it. Oh, yes, it's been a while since I used it to make a purchase. Most of the time, I use my other card, so that is fine. Anyway, now we have our domain name and our hosting package available. I should have done something for you to see. So the Ark of Noah, that was the domain name we bought, Ark of Noah Zoo.com. So that was the domain name we bought. Good. So immediately we buy it, now it is connected. And as you can see, this is TMD. Powered, this website is powered by TMD. The reason this is showing is that it is empty as it stands now. We've not done anything with respect to the website. Okay. I'm not going to build this website right now, but I've shown you the process of buying the website, the domain and the hosting. I'm rather going to buy another domain name from a different company and link it to this, and we'll build that website. Okay, so let me show you. If now you already have a hosting package and you want to purchase a domain name from a different company. So I say I buy my domain name from namecheap.com. Okay, so let's quickly try a domain name. The new website that we are launching, and sometimes the domain name you are looking for may not be available. Okay, so you have to do some research and find out which domain name is available for use. Okay, so I did some research about 3 weeks ago and settled on a few names. So I'm going to try them out, the one that is still available. Sometimes you check and it's available at that time that you are checking. However, somebody might come and buy it even before you come and buy it. So it is most advisable to start checking when you are ready to buy. Okay, those of you who already have company names, it's better for you to buy as soon as possible, because the popular you become, the more likely someone is to purchase that domain name and resell it to you. So that happens. If you keep searching for the domain name online, some people, their work is for them to go and search for some of these domain names, purchase it, and resell it. Okay. So for today, we are going to work on a blog where we'll be creating content like this, teaching people various tech skills. Okay. So the name that we are searching for is techpaddy.com. Techpaddy.com. So let's search for it, and hopefully it should be available for us, because the last time I checked, it was available. If it is not available, that is a big blow. Thank God it's available. So quickly, you need to go ahead and purchase it because it is available. Otherwise, someone else may beat you to it. Okay. I think no one, none of you should try it right now. I beg. Let me complete this thing. Okay. So, but the nice thing is that the moment you add to your cart, it's blocked. And for a certain period of time, no one else can buy that same domain until you, if you don't buy it, if you don't purchase it within that period that you are given, then that is when something else can happen. Which of the accounts should I use? Let me try this. Hope I remember my password. When the passwords become plenty, then it becomes a bit challenging keeping all in your head. Okay, good. So I've been able to log in. So that's one thing you need to do. You search for the domain name that you want. Okay. So for those of you who didn't see what I did, let me quickly try doing same on a private window. So I went to namecheap.com. They are still in the process of buying a domain name. So I went to namecheap.com, then I searched for the domain name. So let me assume anything at all. Elvis Brown. So let's try elvisbrown.com and see if it will be available. elvisbrown.com. So when you search for it, you have to wait and see if it is available or not. Okay, this place will tell us whether it's available. And I mentioned that there are a lot of other extensions. So you realize Elvis Brown is not available. This was registered in 2015. So we can't purchase it unless you want to make an offer to the person. And if the person is willing to sell it to you, usually if such a person is willing to sell it, they are going to sell it at a very huge price. Okay, so however, you can get the other extensions that are available. So elvisbrown.net is available, elvisbrown.org is available. The moment you find something that is available, you add to your cart, you create an account, and you go ahead and purchase it. So let's go ahead and purchase the one that we are working on right now. I am in my account, and let's go to my cart. Why is it not in my cart? So I have to do the search again. Okay, I hope you're enjoying the lesson so far. Let me feel the vibe. I know this is more technical, but once you take your time, okay, I'm trying to explain it to you the easiest way possible. Then in your spare time, you can rewatch the lesson and practicalize it by also doing same. Okay. All right. So I already have it in here. So let's go to checkout. Then one nice thing about Namecheap is most of the time you get promo codes. So almost all the time when I buy from Namecheap, I actually get promo code from Namecheap. So you just go to Google and search for Namecheap domain promo code. Namecheap domain promo code. Um, let's see. Do I have a promo? So you can check any of these websites. Most of the time, you are likely to find a promo code that will deduct some amount from it. So we are looking for get up to 50%, 40%, but you are looking for one that is for domain names. Okay, sometimes these are for different things, SSL and the likes. Okay, I may not have time to go through it, so maybe I'd have to say this one is up to 83% off domain and shared hosting bundle. uh Anyway, I can't go through them right now because we are doing a live session and I'll not have time to. But I mean, you can spend some time to get a promo code that will help you reduce the cost. Okay, so let's go ahead and confirm the purchase. That's $9.16. 9.16. The payment, I have to change the payment method. Okay. So let me change this. Obed Ehonia. Berehonia. Card number. So let me take this off the screen and enter the card number and details. So basically, I hope you've seen what I'm doing. I'm just to enter my card number, the expiry date, and the CVC code here. Okay, so card number here, expiry date here, CVC code. And I've already explained that the card number is on your card, the front of your card. Beneath the card number, you have the expiry date. Then behind it, you have the CVV code. Okay, so those are the three things you need. In fact, even if you don't have your card around with you, but you have these three information, then you can do the purchase. That means that if anybody gets access to these three things, they can use your card to do a transaction online. Okay, if it has to do with just the ATM, you have to enter your PIN. So it becomes challenging for someone to do a transaction with your card. But for online transactions, they only need three things: the card number, your expiry date, and the missing, the CVV code behind it. Okay, this thing and the CVV code behind it. All right, so make sure that you keep this thing very safe. The moment you misplace it, you have to rush to your bank to close it. Make sure your bank closes your card if you have money on it and you misplace it, because people can use it for online transactions. All right, that is enough. Let me quickly go. Let me quickly go on and do the transaction. Okay, so card number, expiry date, CVV code. Okay. Okay. So now I've entered those ones, and you just go to continue. Let's see if the transaction goes through. Okay. So pay now. Okay. How do I transfer money into PayPal accounts? That is a whole different thing. But basically, the easiest thing you can do is to link your account to PayPal. So when you go to PayPal, there is a setting for you to link your account to PayPal. Okay. And when you do that, PayPal is going to deduct some amount of money from your account. It's not like they are taking it forever, but to ensure, or they are going to do the transaction to confirm that your card or your account is really like legit account. And once they do that, you then have to go to your bank and get a bank statement, and PayPal will be able to refund it when you mention or you input the transaction ID. Okay, so basically, you just have to link your PayPal account to your card. So currently, I have linked my PayPal account to multiple cards of mine, and I can use them to do a transaction. So even this one, I could have easily used PayPal to pay because my card is linked to PayPal. But I wanted to confirm if there was a problem with my card or the problem was with the TMD platform. So you realize that now we've been able to successfully purchase this with a card, meaning the initial problem we had is coming from the TMD platform and not necessarily my card. Okay, so take note of that. It is not coming from my card, but rather from TMD. From TMD, yes. So that is worth noting. Now we've purchased this. Let's go back into our account, go to dashboard. So we are still on Namecheap, and on Namecheap, you'll find your domain list here. Click on domain list. That will show you the list of domains that you have purchased. So you can see this is a new account of mine. And currently, this is the one that we just bought, January 28, 2023. That's when it's going to expire. Okay. Then this was bought on December 21st. Okay. So this is also one website that I have launched already. Uh, SEOzaps.com. And right now we've purchased, okay, so this is SEO Zaps, but we just purchased techpaddy.com. So that is a website that we are going to build right now. And from here, it's going to be a bit technical. So let's pay attention. It's going to be a bit technical. And you realize that because we've not linked it to any hosting, this is what we are getting. This is Namecheap advertisement, okay, that we are getting. So we'd have to link this to our hosting package that we have bought with TMD. And how do we do that? So kindly pay attention. I say it's going to get a bit technical here. I'm going to do my best to explain it so that you understand very well, okay? So let's take it one by one. Now we've bought a domain name from a different company. We want to link it to the company where we have our hosting package with. So we have two different things, a domain name and a hosting package. To link them, we need what we call name servers. I hope you still have your notebooks. So write that down. We need what we call name servers. Okay, so we have to point the name servers of this domain to the hosting. So when you check the domain lists, these are domain. So you come to techpaddy.com and go to manage. You go to manage this. Then down here, you see what is the name service. I don't know if you can see it. Let me type it out for you. Says name service. Okay. So that is what I am talking about. Name service. So we are going to change the name service. By default, the company where you bought the domain name from, name service, is linked to your domain. And what name servers do is that they are the ones that tell whoever is searching, or the website or the engine behind the search, to find where your website files are located. Okay, so now we are going to create the website on TMD because that's where our hosting is. So all the files relating to our website will be on TMD platform. But we bought the domain name from Namecheap. So if somebody is searching, ideally, because we bought it from Namecheap, they should be going to Namecheap. But when it gets to Namecheap, the first thing that the system is going to check is that it's going to look for the name service. Okay, name service. So which server is hosting this? Then when it picks the name service, it will realize that these are name servers of TMD. So let's redirect this search to TMD because that is where they are hosting their website. So in basic language, that is what the name service does. Wherever you are hosting your package, you have to bring that name service to your domain names. Okay, so here we'll click this Namecheap and we say we want custom DNS. We are no longer using the Namecheap DNS. We want our custom name service. Okay, so meaning we have to go back to TMD hosting and get the name service for TMD hosting. To get a name service, come here to domains. Is it domains? Yeah, I think domains, my domains. Then when you click my domains, manage domain, manage domain. I need to verify this account. Let me quickly do that because the last time I did one that I forgot to verify, it was really a big deal for me. I struggled. So let me quickly locate the email and verify as soon as possible. Which email was it sent to? Let me resend this. Okay. Okay, let me verify your. All right, so the email is here. Your email address has been a registered content and made through this. Please click on the following link to verify your email address. Good. So let me verify it because I've had an issue before when I forgot to verify the email. So your email address has been verified successfully. Great. Now let me refresh this. Okay. Christabel. Christabel says, I'm proud. I'm a lady amongst guys benefiting today. That's good to see. Christabel, you're welcome. And I hope after learning this, you go and build good websites. And in fact, this skill can make you money. I know. And I'm telling you. I am a living testimony, so I can preach that for you. Okay. All right. So the name service, please let me retake this again. I came to TMD. Now we've purchased the domain, we've purchased a hosting. Like we have a hosting package with TMD. So when you log into TMD, I'll log out and log in later for you to see. But when you log into TMD, this is the interface you see. Okay. So this is your home interface when you log into TMD. Now we want to get the name service for TMD so that we'll go and paste it in Namecheap. The moment we paste it in Namecheap, then it means that the domain that we've bought at Namecheap can now redirect people to TMD. Okay, so let's do that. Go to, I said you should go to domains because we want DNS, we want name servers. Name servers are related to the domain. So go to domains, then go to my domains. My domains. My domains. So then go to manage domains. Big Sam says, we are proud to have you. Thank you so much, my big brother Sam. Haruna says, are you recording the lesson? Yes, this is actually live on YouTube. So the moment we are done, I think some few minutes after we are done, the video will be available on YouTube for replay. Okay, so once you come here, then you find name servers here. So click on it. These are the two things we are talking about, the name servers for TMD. Okay, so you have to come and copy this, copy the first one, go back to name servers under Namecheap. Okay, once we've selected custom names DNS, we are able to paste it in here. So the first one will come here, then we'll go for the second one, and we paste the second one as well. The moment you do this, okay, save. What is happening is that now there's going to be the redirection, okay, but sometimes it takes time. So they will tell you that DNS server updates may take up to 48 hours to take effect. Okay, those years when I started doing some of these things, in fact, it took nearly 48 hours, like for you to see that the changes has been done. But over years, these things have improved. I mean, over time, it has improved such that for TMD, I have experienced them, and I know for sure that within the shortest possible time, the redirection, we call it propagation, DNS propagation. Okay, so if you want, no, let me not make this complex. What is going to happen is that now when we search for it, after the propagation has taken place, it should no longer bring us to this interface, but rather to the TMD interface. Okay, so let's search for this. Okay, the other thing about these things is that sometimes the browsers will cache the content, so will not be giving you the right thing. So do make sure that it is not cached content that you are seeing. Okay, so now you see it is not giving us. So my guess is that, okay, it's still at TMD, it's still at Namecheap. So let's hope that the propagation takes place soon. But once the propagation is going to take us some time, we have to go ahead and do others. Let's go to, okay. I know the reason why it hasn't shown. Yes. Let me quickly do that. So back to TMD, we have to create the website in TMD. Then the moment we find it in TMD, I'm sure TMD will pull it up. Okay, so come to services, then manage products. We said that the hosting is where you are keeping your hosting, you are keeping your website files. Okay, so the first thing we need to go and do is to add that particular new domain that we've bought. We are going to add it here so that TMD will know that I am supposed to accept every request looking for this, domain name. Okay, so this is the cPanel. In fact, almost every hosting package you have has cPanel, or you buy will give you cPanel, and that's where we control everything. Okay, the interface may be a bit different. In fact, this is their new interface. It didn't used to be like this. What we have to do right now is we are going to create what we call an add-on domain. So search for add-on domains. I've explained all of these things in our previous lessons on web design. Okay, so make sure you watch those ones to understand these things, what an add-on domain is. So now we've purchased the domain called techpaddy.com. For that matter, we are going to add, it's like we are adding a domain onto our package. So it is called add-on domain. So we are just adding it here. Okay. Then let's go ahead and add the domain. After we add the domain, like once we add the domain, it's going to actually create a folder on TMD. I'll show you the folder. So maybe I should have shown you the original set of folders first. You realize that from the beginning, we didn't have techparty.com as a folder, but now that we are adding the we are adding an add-on domain, we are going to have that folder. Okay, so now you can see. So ideally, if you had come here before creating the add-on domain, you wouldn't have found this techparty.com here. But now we have it here. The moment we have it here, then it's likely that this will link back there. Yes, just as I said, TMD propagation is the fastest I have come across. Okay, with some hosting company, it may take few hours. In fact, it can take up to 48 hours, as we were told, for this thing to work, the propagation to work. But TMD has like the fastest. Okay. Can you hear me? Let me know if you can hear me. I can see I don't know what's happening with my phone. Can you hear me? Let me know. Can you hear me in the comment section? Let me know if you can hear me quickly. Let me verify what's happening right now. Just some few seconds. What's happening? Can you all hear me? Kindly confirm for me. Yes, we can hear you. All right, great. Begamo's doctor is here. All right. So thank you. Now we can continue. So what has happened is that once we have created the add-on domain, okay, this is what we are getting, because when we open this folder, the tech party folder, you see CG bin, that is what is in there. So that is how come when you go to techparty.com, you find CGI bin. It is what is in there. But we want to go ahead and create our website. So this is like the most difficult part. That's what we've covered right now. When it comes to setting up the website, that's the most difficult part. Or let me not say difficult, the more technical part, okay? And that's what usually puts people off. So if you master this aspect where purchasing the domain, purchasing the host, setting them up, linking the domain name to the hosting, using the name servers, that's updating your name servers, and creating the add-on domain. Okay, those are the technical stuff that pushes people away. So if you are able to do that, then you can easily turn this into a business by doing it for people. Okay. As for the rest, I think it's pretty easy to do. So now we need to create, I mean install WordPress, because WordPress is what we are using to create the website. How do we install WordPress? We still have to use control panel. It is the easiest that we can do. The other thing we could have done was the how do you call it? We could have created our website locally, as we did in our previous web design lessons. We will create it on our computer. So let me show you an example. I've already created what I want this website to look like on my computer. So I want to open that for you to see. So we could have created that and uploaded it onto that folder that we have created right now. Okay. But now I want to show you how to create it on the live server. That is why we are going this route. Okay. So let me see if we can get this working. Okay, so when you come to the C panel, what we are going to do is to look for softer clause. Softer clause. I know today some of you are hearing words. So what I'm trying to open right now is the website I have built locally, just to show you that we could have built it on our computer and uploaded it to the live server. Okay, but we are going to recreate this in the live server instead of just uploading what I've already built. Okay, but I want to show you what I built before. All right. Great. So this is the WordPress interface of what I built before. All right. So this is the website that we are going to try and create. If time permits us, we are going to try and create this techparty.com. And in fact, a lot of things I've actually not completed it. It's meant for your training. So we are still working on it, and we are going to try and build this website live right now. Okay, so now let's focus more on our live one. We are at the control panel, this one, and I said we are looking for softer clause. Softer clause. Let me type that one here. Softer clause. Okay. Please don't forget your notebooks. They are very important. Keep writing these terms because they are new to you. With time, you become used to them. Okay. So if you can't find them, you can easily search it here. But here it is, Softaculous app installers. So there are a lot of apps that you can install with just one click. Okay. Sorry, let me reposition myself so that you can see better. Okay. Then hide this. Great. So there are quite a number of scripts available that you can install and go with it. Here are a lot of them, okay? But we are going with WordPress. So you find WordPress to be the first one. Click on WordPress, then let's install WordPress. Very easy to do. So what we are going to do right now is installing WordPress on a live server. Wait, installing WordPress on a live server. That's what we are doing. Okay, installing WordPress on a live server. We are using Softaculous as I've mentioned earlier. So scroll down and click on install now. Then you want to enter the name of your site. This site is going to be called TechPaddy. TechPaddy. Okay. Then this is very important. The admin username and a password. If anybody gets access to this, they are going to use it to log into your website, which is very bad. Okay, because we are doing a live session right now, some of these things I have to hide them, otherwise it may go against me. Okay, so let me do the few cleanup. Site description, that would be what's let me just confirm what we wrote. I think Master tech in a simplified way. Okay. Where are we? Software clause. Okay. So master tech in a simplified way. You can actually leave it empty if you want. Then the username. So you permit me to just go off to enter the username that I want to use and the password that I want. Okay. But make sure the password is very strong. Very, very strong. Okay. It's Gmail. Okay. So back. All that I've done all that I've done right now is to enter my username, my password. So there's a password I entered, and as you can see, it is a strong password. Then the email. So make sure you choose the right email because when there are any issues with your site, it's going to be sent to the email, the admin email. Then the rest, just forgo every other thing. So remember, it's just sorry, so here too, we should have paid attention to this. I need to select the actual domain name that I want to install it to. So I'm choosing techparty.com, then delete this WP. It's not important. In fact, delete it. Don't let it be there. Delete it. Otherwise, your website will be created in a subfolder called WP. So make sure you delete it. Then now that we've deleted it, so we've chosen this. Let's go ahead with install. So just click on install. Then we'll patiently wait for our website to be installed. The moment this finishes, our website has been installed, and now we can get into it to design it the way we want. Okay. So as it's doing the installation, let me pick questions. Do you have any questions? Let me Any questions? Let me pick and answer your questions. Yes, great. So now our website is live. Congratulations, the software installed successfully. So Tech Party is now live. Let's see the website that we have. Okay. Can keep your questions. Bring your questions if you have any, so that I'll answer them. I think the internet is slowing down a bit. What is happening? Okay. So the dashboard is coming. I don't know why this one. Okay, so this is the dashboard of WordPress. And all right, the question from Berima, Big Man Berima, says, what does the WordPress do? So basically, WordPress is what we call a content management system. Okay, this is the website we're going to create is a blog where we are going to be publishing content often. So we need a content manager, and WordPress is going to help us do that. But basically, WordPress is used to create websites. It makes websites easy. So instead of writing code, it makes it more of a drag and drop platform that we are going to use to create the website. Okay. So if you don't know what it is, this is exactly what we are going to do with it. You install WordPress, then we use it with the aid of what we call themes and plugins, which we are going to get introduced to soon. You build your website using WordPress. So that is why we need to install WordPress. Okay. Now that it is installed, our site is actually ready, except that It doesn't look anything close to what we want it to be. Okay, so do the we'd have to do the design. So this is why we call it web design. Now we are going to use WordPress to design the website that we want. I don't know why this thing keeps breaking. Anyway, let's go ahead and build a website. I'm sure it will pick up. Um, Please, can I build a website on a local host and publish it? Like, yeah. So I've already mentioned that this particular website that we are going to build, I've already built it. Okay, and this one that you are seeing, if you can see .local, it is being hosted on my computer. So I could have just moved the whole thing that I've created here, could have moved it onto the live server or the hosting package that I just purchased. All right. So that is also another thing that you can do. You can build it on your without purchasing anything, build it on your computer. Then when you are done, you upload it to the internet. Okay. So let's start. Here we are going to start the designing of the website itself. So, right, the next question you are asking, I think you should watch the previous, how do you call it? The previous tutorials that we have. I think it was even a full boot camp where we taught everything. You get to find all of those things. So just check the channel for a playlist, a web design playlist, and you'll find all those ones there. Because time is not on our side, and we have to finish up fast as soon as possible. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead. Two main important things when it comes to using WordPress to design a website are you need a team. The team is basically a blueprint that somebody has created that you are just going to use to create your website. Okay. So somebody has given you a structure and you are just going to manipulate it and turn it into your website. Then a plugin is something that you can use to add extra features to the theme that has been given you. So somebody gave you a plan, okay, just like an architecture plan for your building, all right, and you having the adding extra features to it, you're going to do that with the plugin. So two main things to build a website in WordPress: we need a theme and we need a plugin. So the first thing that we are going to, no, I don't mean we need a plugin. There are a number of plugins, and plugins, depending on what functionality you are looking for in your website, you may go for a particular plugin or even multiple plugins sometimes. So quickly, let me do one setting, which is very important for me in terms of SEO, right? So when you come to settings here, come to permalinks. Settings, then go to permalinks. Then the most SEO friendly is post name. So choose post name, then save changes. The rest we can come and do it later. Okay. So the next thing that I want to do is doing the installing the theme. So which theme are we going to use? In fact, there are a lot of themes. To install a theme, you come to appearance and go to themes. Appearance and themes. Then these are default themes that are installed the moment you do the WordPress installation, but I don't want any of them. So let's go ahead and delete them. If you want to delete, click it and delete down here. Okay, so I'll leave this one. Then let's go and add our theme, add new. I'm going to use a free theme called Cadence, a free theme called Cadence. That is what I like. In fact, it's very easy and there's a lot of flexibility around it. So that's why I choose Cadence. So Kadence. Let's search for that and install Cadence. Install Cadence. All right. Doctor says that I if I already have a WordPress blog, can I migrate the content to my new website with a new domain name? Yes, that can be done. But by WordPress blog, I'm guessing it's the WordPress.com that you are talking about. So to do that, I've actually not tried it before, but to the best of my knowledge, I think you would have to redesign your website. I mean, design it in WordPress.org. Then you just copy and paste your content. So just as I've done right now, you can see that I've created a website here. However, I'm now doing it on a live server. So we could presume that this is the blog that you are talking about, and you want to bring it to the new one that you are creating, which will be this. Okay, so that can be done. Okay. All right, so why didn't I choose HTTPS instead of HTTP? Yeah, so the most important thing has to be HTTPS. As you can see, I have non-secured here, and I'm going to get rid of it. You need to purchase an SSL certificate, okay? So if you choose that, that is what you want to use, but you don't have an SSL certificate, it's not going to work. Okay, so I need to get the SSL certificate installed before I do that, and I'm going to do it in the course of the lesson. Okay, so let me go ahead and activate the team. So don't worry, we'll get it done. Log in. Wow, what's happening? Let me see. Teams. Okay, let's activate this. All right. So now cadence is activated. Let's try refreshing. Yes, good. Kindly give me a minute. No, 30 seconds. I'm coming. All right. So this is how our website looked like. So I think the reason why it wasn't loading was the team that was activated probably had an issue. So now we've activated Cadence, and this is how our website looks like. And we want to change it to something like this. The very first page, that's a home page. Design may take some time. So usually when you start, I like to create, especially because this is a blog website or a website for blogging. Okay, so I like to create the blog post, which is the most important part of the uh, a blog. Okay, so that is what I'm going to do right now. Let's see. Okay, so we have to create our blog posts. Come to post, go to new. So this is example of a blog post. In fact, we have to delete this particular one. So go to post, all posts. Then let's delete it before anything. Then here is where we create our new post. And I've already created a post, okay? We've created a post. We've created content that we are going to publish. All right. So this is, let me refresh this. Good. So all these are contents that we are going to be publishing on the website. So today I'm just going to try creating a few of them. Let's see. I mean, okay. Let me quickly go to my sheets. So what we are about to do right now is creating a blog post, okay? And I want to take you through the process. Sorry, I think I've chosen the wrong thing. Those of you who are interested in blogging, this aspect will be very important to you. All right, so I've chosen some content that we can use. So here we are going to create this content. The first thing, complete Canva keyboard shortcuts. Okay, complete. So when you come here, I think that one was there. Let's go to Canva. Delete Canva account. Okay, so let's go for that one. Delete Canva account. How to delete Canva account. So that is the new post that we are writing, how to delete a Canva account. But the actual content is supposed to be here. Let's say delete, how to delete Canva account. Okay, good. So um let me just save this as draft. I just remember something. For those of you interested in blogging, pay particular attention to this part. Okay, so when you are blogging, your interest is in to optimize the content that you are publishing so that it ranks in Google search or any other search engine. Okay, so one plugin that will help you or guide you to make your website SEO friendly and also to help you optimize your content is Yoast SEO. Yoast SEO plugin. So let's install that plugin. Yoast SEO. You soon find out why it's important. Yoast SEO. Yoast, Yoast, Yoast SEO. Okay, so activate it. Then once it's activated, you realize that before we activated it, this is everything we had. But now that we've activated, when we refresh it, we'll have something down here that's related to the used SEO. That will help us. It will tell us how well the content that we are publishing is doing. Okay, in terms of the SEO analysis and the readability analysis. Okay, so this score here tells us about SEO analysis. All right. This one. So the red color means that very bad. The red color means bad. So SEO is bad, readability is bad. And we need to set the focus key phrase. There are important, three important things that you need to know about this. You set your focus key phrase. In fact, that one you can sometimes leave it out. But for beginners, I recommend you do. Then your meta description. So this is how the content you are publishing will appear on search when somebody searches for it. Okay. But you see here, please provide a meta description. So what you would want them to see is what you put here. Now let's go ahead and bring the content. The content is here. Okay. So we up to here. If I want to take time to optimize the content, we are going to spend all the time here. For that matter, I'd have to do just some parts, then come back later to optimize all of them. So hopefully by Sunday, I mean 2 days from now, all this content will be optimized. So you can come back to check it some other time. This should not be H2. Okay, this should be H3. Good. So one thing about SEO, maybe I should have left it for you to see. This, let me just change it back to H1 and you will see the reason why I'm saying so. So for the heading, there it's only the main topic that should be H1. The rest should be less than H1. If you don't know, the moment you start doing some of these things, you understand. When you come to the SEO analysis down here, it tells you the problems with the content that you have so far. So one is single title. H1 should only be used as your main title. Find all H1 tags. So when I click this eyeball, it will show me the one that should not be. So this should not be. Therefore, I should change this to H2. Good. So let's continue. Instead of finishing it up, maybe I'll just go and publish another one. Then we okay. So for now, let me just then we need to bring post in so categories. Wow, we've not created the categories. Okay, so let's save this draft. We need to create categories. If you check the one that I've created, these ones are the categories that we are going to create. Okay, and we are going to use them as our main menu item. So let's go back and create our categories. So to create categories, when you come to post, under post, you have categories. Then the first category is Canva. Let's go ahead and add this. I don't like uncategorized. That's the default one, but I don't like it. So I'll usually change uncategorized to general. Okay. So change this to general, change the Slack to general. Then update this. Okay, good. So now let's add the other categories. We have 100 category. We have Google products. Google products. Then we have Microsoft products. Okay. So we can create subcategories. So let's say with Microsoft products, let me quick edit this, capital P. With Microsoft products, under Microsoft products, we want to have something like Microsoft Excel or Microsoft Word. So let's choose Microsoft Excel. And we'll say this is a subcategory to Microsoft product. So you choose the parent category to your Microsoft product, then add new category. Okay, good. So now our categories are set. Let's refresh this. We'll be able to choose a category from here. Okay. So categories, we don't want general, we want this to be Canva. Okay, good. Then tag. With tag, anything that your content is about. Okay, so we are talking about Canva, we are talking about accounts, deleting accounts, or Canva accounts. We talk about Canva Pro, we talk about Canva free. So you can write as many tags as you want. Okay. Then the next important thing is the featured image. All right, the featured image. For those of you who don't know, we've done a series on um, designs using graphic design, teaching you graphic design using Canva is also available on the channel. Okay. So currently, the content that we are going to publish, we've already created the images that we are going to use on the blog. We've created them here, and you see, this is it. So what I'm going to do is to download this and use. In fact, we have a number of contents that we are going to publish. Okay. So this, let's download this, and we want just page one. We want to download, or maybe I should download all of them. Okay, so let me just go ahead and download all of them. So if you want to download all of them, it's going to download as a zipped file. So you'd have to unzip it. Okay, when it's done downloading, I'll unzip it. Then we'll use the images one after the other. But there's something we call image SEO. That's also important to those of you who would be blogging. Image SEO. And one thing that you should pay attention to is the size of the image. Okay, the size of the image should be as small as possible. Okay, and I personally do not prefer images up to 100 kilobytes. Even 100 kilobytes, I consider it to be huge. So let's see, show this. It's opening here. So this is it. Let's open it up. I have a software on my computer called WinRAR. So WinRAR is going to help me extract all the images. Good. Now this folder contains the images. So this is the first one. Let's see the size. The size is 138 kilobyte. Okay. I may consider 138 kilobyte, but still I want to reduce the size further. So to reduce the size further, I use a platform called reduceimages.com. So come to reduce images, then I select my image. So I can drag this image and drop it here. Then you see the original size is 138.46 kilobytes. Now let me reduce the quality. That's a compromise here. Reduce the quality to reduce the size. You see, now I have 17.79 kilobytes. So this is good. Below 20 kilobytes, I can use it for the site. Okay. So let's go ahead and set our featured image. Select this, go to our downloads. Wait, let me rename it. So I mentioned image SEO. Okay, the name of your image should be relating to the topic you are writing about. So this has changed to one uh, because it was labeled page one. So I want to change it to how to delete Canva account. Okay, so make sure you do that. It's very important. Let the name of the image relate to the image. Then you need to enter an alt text. So for people who cannot see images, maybe there is bad network or poor network, you can't see the image, they are going to see the text. So write something that is also related that they can see. Usually, I even like to use the same thing as the name that I gave it. So go ahead. Then description, caption. You may also want to enter something there, but sometimes it's not too necessary, but you may want to enter something there. Then set this as image. So let's go ahead and publish this. I want you to see the outcome. Right now, the site is live, so any of you can confirm on your side. You realize the outcome. We have our first post here. Good. So this is our first post. I want to try and create about 4 more so that we can go ahead and build the website. It will be very easy when we have the contents that we are looking for. So this is the first post. Let's quickly do the other ones. So let's assume we are done with this. Go to add a new post. Add a new post. Let's go back here. Then let's do, so we want to choose one of the other categories as well. So how to remove duplicates. This is Microsoft Excel. How to remove duplicates in Excel based on one column. Okay, so we copy this. I hope I have to make sure it's here because, okay, so it's here. These are the ones that we've done the images for. So that's how come. Okay, add new. The title goes in here. Then the actual content. Let's copy this. Let me see. Paste it. Okay. So you can go. I'll do the cleaning up later. For now, I just want some content here. Okay, so the next thing, choose a category. This is Microsoft products, Microsoft Excel. Okay, then we talk about Microsoft. So let's talk about Excel columns, remove duplicates, and the likes. We can add on later, so we will do that. Now, let's go and look for the Blog image, the image, remove duplicates. Okay, so this is it. Let's see the size. This is 81.4, 81.4, 81.4. Okay, let me reduce it a bit. So I come to here, then drag the image here. Then let me take this to 90%. Okay, that gives us 30. Okay, so we'll consider the 30 something. Then the next thing I'm doing is renaming it because I need it to match the title I talked about, the title. I need it to match the title. What's the title? The title. Okay, so it's just the renaming I'm doing. Downloads, okay. Then renaming. Good. So now I can go ahead and upload the featured image. Okay. And publish this one too. So we now have our second blog post published. Second blog post is published. Let's get the third and fourth. Maybe we'll do four. So third and fourth. Let's go to 100. Let's pick one under 100. Let me see. Cause why can't I send? Okay. So let's come to our content bank and choose one content under the 100 category. Okay. I think we saw this. Why can't I send? Why am I course? This what? Why can't I send multimedia messages? Can I send picture messages on my? Is it the same thing? Um, okay, block. Let's choose this one and see. Wow. Voice. Interesting. Oh, all right. So I'm looking for one that we already have the thumbnail created for. How to tell if someone blocked your number. Okay, how to tell if someone blocked your number. I think blocked. That one too is not here. Oh my goodness. Okay, so anyway, let's use any of them for now. Let me go with this. You can always update it. For now, the essence is using it to build a site. Okay. All right. So back to this. We finish this. So create a new post. We create a new post. Then there's the title of the post, the content. Let me just copy this. Good. Okay. So this will be 100. Then tag alarm change alarm sound. So anything. When we come back later, we can do that. Unfortunately, I don't have an image for this right now. I'll go ahead and publish it. Let's review the site. So the one without the image, this is how it looks like. Okay. All right. So for the time being, let's proceed with this. We are going to build a website. Okay. The easiest way to get the website in shape is what I'm going to teach you right now. Now, we've created these things, the posts. We've created a post. We want the post to be part of our menu item. So if you check the websites that I built locally, you can see Canva, Android, Google products, Microsoft product general. How do we do this? So these are menu items. So we need to go to menu. Menu is found under appearance. Under appearance, go to menu. Go to menu under appearance. Then we need to create a menu. Let's call this the main menu. Go ahead and create it. Then under here, the pages. So if you want to add pages, but these, the ones we just created are categories that we want to add to our menu. So choose categories rather than view or add all of these. Okay. So add to the menu items. Microsoft Excel has to be under the Microsoft products because it was a subcategory. Okay, so now we can go ahead and save the menu. Let's save the menu, then refresh our site and see if you have it here. It's not showing, so the next thing we need to do is to customize this and set our menu. So click on customize app here, then click on customize, then set menu. So for the menus, main menu, we need to set the location. So choose it as your primary menu. The moment you choose it as your primary menu, you realize that it is now showing at the top here. Okay, so now we have it, then we can go ahead and publish it and get back to our site. So this is what we have. As you can see now, the Android category, click on Android and it takes us to this page. Click on Canva, it takes us here. Click on, okay, we don't have any under general, we don't have any under this, but we have Microsoft products. Okay, good. So the next thing is the home page, which is usually the headache for a lot of people, the home page. So let's create a new page that we are going to use. So to create a new page, we go to pages and add new. This time around, I'm going to call it a blog page. So call it blog. Then go ahead and publish it. Just that, blog and publish it. But we need a particular plugin, okay, to help us build the page. So in building pages in WordPress, there are two main things that we can use. We can use either blocks, they call them blocks. So basically, we are building. If you are building a house, you use blocks. Okay. So we use some plugins that will help us use the blocks to build it. But the easiest way to build them is using page builders. So an example of a page builder that I personally like to use is called Elementor. So we use Elementor to do the building of most of those things. However, in this particular training, I'm not using Elementor. If you are interested in learning how to use them, you can check the previous web design bootcamp that we did. We talked about all of them. Okay, here I'm going to use the blocks. The ideal thing you should know is that the blocks usually makes the website faster as compared to the Elementor. Relatively, blocks are faster to the website, or they make the website faster. So we are going to install two main blocks plugins. Okay, the first one is the Cadence block. Cadence block, blocks, not blog. So blocks, Cadence block. All right, so this is it. Gutenberg blocks by Cadence blocks. We install this. Then we want to install another one, which is going to do the magic for us. We call it Post X. So the Post X block, Post X by Gutenberg blocks for Postgrade. Go ahead and install this. Then now we've installed two things, but we need to activate them for them to work. Okay. So when you install a plugin, you have to activate it for it to work. And we mentioned that by installing a plugin is to add extra functionalities to it. So let's go to all installed plugins, then choose the ones that we are, these things we don't need them right now. These two which came with it, we don't need it. So we can go ahead and delete them. Okay, then when we are done, let's activate the ones that we need, these two. So select both of them, choose activate and apply. We are activating them. Once they are activated, we can go to our page that we create a blog, refresh this. When we refresh it, you will see that we'll have new icons added. Okay, then this particular one too, we are going to have new blocks added, which is from the cadence that we have added. Okay, so let's refresh. And those things are going to make our lives easier when we are building the websites. All right. So that's why we are installing. I've installed PostX plugin, and I've also installed the Cadence blocks. Okay, so those are the two that I've installed so far: Cadence block and PostX. Okay, good. So as I said earlier, this is Cadence block has been added here. Then block library from the PostS has also been added here. And that's a nice thing. Let me change the title of this thing then. What we are doing right now, creating creating the blog page. So that's what we are doing right now. Creating the blog page. Okay, so let me show you something. Creating the blog page. This particular thing, because we installed the blog, the PostS blocks or Gutenberg blocks, PostS Gutenberg blocks, it makes this easy. Let's see how we put this together. So we have interfaces created for us already that we can just click on and use. Okay, already used, created. But most of these things are pro. So just go to the free if you don't have money to pay for it. Then the moment you choose free, so all these three, you can choose any of them and your website will be set up for you the way you want it. You can also preview it, how the site is going to be if you choose that particular one. So the site is going to look something like this if you choose the second option. Okay, it's still loading, that's why. It's still loading. But what it means is that this template has been created for you and it makes things way easy. So I'm going to work with this one. So let's go ahead and import it. Let's import it. And after importing it, yeah. So now let's update this page, then preview. Let's preview our page. Yes, so for those of you who are looking forward to building, in fact, I have to go and change the blog template. The templates here, settings, page, the page layout. Um, okay, so let's see. The page settings, yes. So with the page settings, we need to do a few settings here. I don't want the title. So because the title is enabled, that's why you see this. But I want it to be a big page. I don't want the title. So let's disable title. Then page layouts. Let's choose full width. Okay, let's just update this and see the effect. Why is this still here? Page title is disabled. So what's happening? I hope it's not cached. Tech Paddy. techpaddy.com/blog. So it's not cached. Oh, why? Emboss content, padding, enable. Disable header. Okay. Okay. So let me try this and see. Oh, so it's not a header we need to disable. Okay, so now it's taking effect. We don't want the full length. Let me choose normal. Okay, great. So this disable transparent. Let's see. Yeah. So basically, just let me. You play around with this and get it face the way that you want it. Okay. I can get a color to this background, and basically this is our blog page that we have created. And to set, if you want to set this as your, how do you get your home page, if you want to set this as your home page, you go back to settings, go to settings, then reading. When you come to reading, choose your home page displays, you choose a static page, then home page, select blog, then go ahead and save changes. So now when you click on TechPad, it will take you to your home page. When you click on any of these, it takes you to the respective how do you call category. Okay. Then when you open to, this is how it looks. But we can make customization to all of these. Okay. You can make customization to all, in fact, everything here, except that because time is beating us right now, I'm really finding it difficult to do all of the things that I'm supposed to do now. But we've actually done training on all of these things in our web design bootcamp. So I said earlier that the essence of this is more to introduce you to how to purchase hosting, how to set up the host, how to purchase your domain name, how to link them, install WordPress, and get your site up and running. So for those of you who have been with us since the beginning, you can see the website that we have created. A few things that we need to do. So somebody asks, why not HTTPS? Okay, so you realize that this is not secured because you are using HTTP. So the next thing we want to do is getting the HTTPS. Okay, so we have to get, when you go back to your cPanel, when you go back to your cPanel in TMD hosting, they give us some free, wow. Um, so TMD gives us a free, how do you call it? Free SSL. Okay. So we can go and activate that one. We need to install an SSL certificate. Okay. I think it's called Let's Encrypt. So Let's Encrypt SSL. Click on that. Then we need to issue a certificate to this particular domain that we are working on. So click on issue. Then I'll include all of these. Go ahead and issue it. Okay, is it done? Wow. I don't know what's happening. It's a network. Oh, okay. So let's try it again. The moment this is done, we'll need a plugin in WordPress. This is it's now installed. Okay, so we installed it, but we need a plugin in WordPress that will enforce that anytime someone is searching the website, they use the secured one. Okay, so that plugin is called Really Simple SSL. Really simple SSL. So that's what we are going to install. Install this, then activate it. So for every plugin, when you install, you have to activate, install, activate. Then now let's activate SSL so that now it has taken place. If you can see, this has changed from not secure to a padlock. That tells us that connection is secure. So now we have SSL activated. So whoever asked about HTTPS, now our site is going to be working with the HTTPS. And whoever wants to access it can use HTTPS to access it. Okay, good. So we've done that. Now you've learned how to install SSL on your website. Uh, so if you have a different device on you, you can use it to access the website and see techpaddy.com. Techpaddy.com. Okay, so as you can see, it is secured now. Connection is secured. Great. Um, let's continue. So the next thing that we need to do, which is also very important, is submitting our website to Google so that people can easily find this website on Google. So now if you go to google.com, let's go to Google. If you go to google.com and you search for TechPaddy, nobody knows TechPaddy. In fact, you just came. You see, this one TechPaddy is PADI. So that is not us. We just created techpaddy.com. In fact, somebody is even using techpaddy.com on Instagram, but that is not what we are using. I mean, that's not us. So, okay. So you can't find us here. The next thing we need to do is for us to submit our website to Google, okay, Google Search Console. So to help us do that, we need a plugin called is it Google Site Kit. So let me see Site Kit and see what comes up. Yes, Site Kit by Google. Okay, so let's install this. This is going to help us connect. I think I should open this in to make things easier. I've created a Google account with TechPaddy. So I think I should open the website here instead to make things easier for us. Try logging in. Okay. Okay. So let me activate it here. Now the moment it's activated, we have to set up. So let's do the setup. Refresh. SiteKit is here. Go to SiteKit dashboard. Then this is going to help us do the setup, okay? And from my experience, I've realized that when you start with Search Console first, you may struggle a bit, okay? So you want to set up the Google Analytics first. So analytics is what Google will use to track people visiting your site so that it will be able to tell you in a day how many people visited your site, which country they are coming from, which device did they use, their specific look, I mean their location and the likes. Okay, so we have to create that. We create a Google Analytics account, then we'll use the Google Analytics to how do you call verify the Search Console. Okay, so we are going to do all of that here. Yes, you are a verified owner of TechPaddy. So this is very simple. Now, allow TechPaddy to access Google account data. So go ahead, allow. Then the next thing, set up Search Console. Okay, add sites. Great. So now we've done that. That is good. So Search Console has been connected, but it may take some few days, a day or two for Google to pick it up, okay? But if you want, you can go to search. or search dot, is it search dot Google, or just search Google Search Console. Search Console. Okay. Let's just go to Google Search Console. Okay, search.google.com. Then start now. We already have created an account when we use SiteKit to do that. Okay, so it's easier now. This is where you will see the performance of your site. It says processing data. Please check again in a day or so. So when people visit, the keywords that they are putting in Google to see your site and all of those things will appear here. Okay. So that is done. And once this is done, we are giving Google authority to crawl our website. So Google will use its bots to crawl our website and pick up all the relevant things that people are likely to search for on our website, so that when they search for, they would find our website within the search. So hopefully by 2 days from now, this website should be available in Google. If I want to actually find it in Google right now, I'll probably have to do this site, then do tech techpaddy.com. So it's still not available, but hopefully by close of tomorrow it should be available. So let's go and finalize this. We need to connect, so we can do AdSense too, but we will apply to AdSense. AdSense is where Google puts ads on your website so that you can make money from it. Okay, but that will be a later thing. So now the next thing that is important to us is the analytics. Analytics, as I mentioned earlier, will help Google track the people visiting our site, where they are visiting from, how many times they saw our content, how many people saw the content, which country, which device, which time, and all of those things. When they visit your site, from here, where do they go to, and the like. So you get all from within this. To create an account. When you use SiteKit, it makes all these things easy to do. Okay, so make sure you use SiteKit by Google. The plugin is called SiteKit by Google. So use that one to create these accounts. So you just click, 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 and everything is going through. Okay. So once analytics is set up, we are good to go. We've spent how many hours? Past 2 hours now. So our lesson will be coming to an end soon. And yes, so accept 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 these things, then go ahead. Great. So let's go back. One nice thing about SiteKit is that with SiteKit, you may not necessarily have to go to each of them, like go to Search Console to see the data. Right within WordPress, you can find the Search Console information here. Okay, so it will tell you how many people. Let me show. Let me show you a practical example. Okay, that just quickly show you a practical example with our health blog. Okay, so this is our health blog with Search Console. So when it comes to Search Console, it's showing you total clicks, it's showing you average position, all these things, and what keywords people are searching for. And if you want to see the full stats, you can click here. So when you click here, then it takes you to the actual Search Console platform, where you see the details of how people are finding your website and the likes, how many people are seeing your site and the likes. Okay, so I think this is a good point to bring the session to an end. Those of you who are still with us, if you have any questions, just go ahead and ask your questions. Let me summarize what we have done today. If you have questions, just quickly put in your questions and we answer them. So what we have done today is that we purchased the hosting package with TMD hosting, which came with a domain name. For that particular one, we have not installed We have not built the website yet. However, we bought another domain from a different company called namecheap.com. So with Namecheap, we connected our Namecheap domain to TMD. How did we do this? We did that by using the TMD name server. So we changed the name servers on Namecheap to that of TMD. By doing that, we've been able to link the domain that we bought to the hosting package we have. The next thing that we had to do to make this work was to create what we call an add-on domain in TMD. So on our hosting platform, we created an add-on domain. The moment we created an add-on domain, now when you search for the domain name which we bought, which was techpaddy.com, the moment you search for techpaddy.com or you enter techpaddy.com into your browser, you the website will direct you to what the content you have in TMD. Okay, so that is exactly what we did. And then after creating the website, after linking these things, we went ahead to install WordPress. So there is something we call Softaculous apps on cPanel. For almost any hosting platform that uses cPanel, you'll find Softaculous apps there. So that is just a one-click installation. We click on WordPress and go ahead and fill in, choose the domain name that we want to create a website on, fill in what the site title is, the username that we want to use, the password, and the admin email. Then we'll go ahead and click OK to install. Now, after installing the WordPress itself, the next thing we do is to install a theme. A theme is the blueprint that will help us build our website. So we went ahead to install the theme. Then we installed other plugins that will add extra functionalities to our site. Then we went ahead to do some design work as well. So that is a summary of what we have done today, and hopefully you've learned something new. If there are any of the steps that looks complex to you, just be rest assured that we have a detailed training right here on this channel. Okay, check for our web design bootcamp playlist. That playlist will teach you everything about how to design websites. Because we are hard pressed with time, there are things that I couldn't delve into. But in that training, I took my time to explain all of these. And also, if you have concerns, just join the Telegram channel, our Telegram group, where you can ask all your questions. And there are various WhatsApp groups as well. So you can join the WhatsApp groups. And anytime you ask any question, we are available to help you. So thank you all for joining. Thank you all for staying to the end. If you are still here, let me know in the comments so that I'll give you a shout out. If you are still here, I can see Chumberima is here. Thank you for staying throughout to the end of the session. Those of you who will be watching replay, okay, if you are watching a replay to this moment, you can equally join the Telegram group and ask any questions that you have. And also, if there are things that you need to learn or you want to learn that's related to tech, know that Digital School Academy is for this purpose, to help you learn tech in a simplified way. And this techpaddy.com that we just bought and we are working on is the new website that we are creating, where we'll be teaching most of these things. Okay, so you'll find various courses, you'll find various trainings, and we are going to have more of such live sessions. So fingers crossed, you are going to master tech in a simplified way indeed. All right, thank you very much, sis. Thank you very much for the good work you are doing, and may God continue to give you the strength and resources to continue with the good works and impart knowledge on many. May God richly bless you. Thank you very much. Amen to that. Chum, I'm grateful. Tonic faculty, I can see you here. So glad you stayed to the end. The rest of you who also managed to stay to the end, thank you. I'm grateful that you have decided that you're going to learn tech this year, and I'm going to do my best to help you out. In fact, so grateful for your time, and we'll meet at another time. More videos are coming. We have a lot of them piled up that we are going to release. Once this site is live now, you're going to get a lot of the videos both on the site and in YouTube as well. So thank you, and some other time we'll meet. Till then, bye bye. Bye bye for now. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye.